Well guys, I really did not intend to start this off at 4 in the afternoon, but hi, welcome. It's Tuesday. It's the start of a new, quote, week in my life today as far as pregnancy goes. I turned over a new week on Tuesdays. Therefore today is hit 22 weeks. So this vlog should be maybe a 22 week and maybe 23 week in my life vlog. Have a lot of chatty catch-ups that I want to do with you, so I'll keep it brief right now because I need to go chart my clients from today while walking on the treadmill to get some movement in. But I want to talk to you about all of the books that I'm reading later. I want to talk to you guys about my mindset shift kind of mid-pregnancy as to what the future is going to look like here in the next 20-ish weeks, give or take, if we go that long. And overall, just what life is going to look like, plus a lot of fun things going on this week. So tomorrow and Friday, I'm doing some floristry work with my friend Jenna for her business for weddings. So I'm looking forward to that, trying to get more experience as time goes on. But again, I can talk your ear off. Let's kind of end it up there. We can talk more later. So let's get on the treadmill and get going. Still keep waiting for the baby bump to show itself, but I think it's just something I'm going to have to accept, being a 5'10", 5'11" female, that I'm probably just not going to show until the very later months. And recognize that probably is actually, quite frankly, a blessing to be said for the most part. But right now, I've been spending a lot of time, as we're kind of getting into that halfway point, prepping for, of course, just pregnancy as a whole, birth, and then more importantly to me, kind of that postpartum period when it comes down to postpartum nutrition. A lot in the way of breastfeeding, and just quite frankly transitioning into being a parent and just motherhood as a whole. So yes, I've done a lot of research when it comes down to prenatal nutrition. We did 6+ months of prep before we even considered trying for a kid to make sure our bodies were both in the place as they often could be for this child to be created. Done so much research and continue to do so much research. So I've now read this book cover to cover twice. And I'm now going back through all of the citations in the back that were pertinent to deep dive on that research myself, so I can have even better understanding. But as a dietitian, again, this is already so fascinating to me, but the more that it's now pertinent to me myself in this current circumstance, the more that I keep finding myself kind of going back into this, going even deeper as she's done in terms of all the research to figure out the best integrations and new research that's come about since the writing of this book. And with that too, I've been reading a couple other books. So I've been reading The Unamazed Guide to Childbirth as far as prepping for birth and that's sake, and also trying to prep Sam for my birth as well. And then more so spending a lot of time now kind of getting into the breastfeeding component, since, I mean, respectively, you'll probably spend ideally at least 6 months to maybe as much as 2 or more years breastfeeding your child. So I want to make sure that what's going to be the longest component of my life we are well prepared for, since I feel like a lot of times us as moms can go into motherhood and breastfeeding as a whole very ill-equipped for what that looks like. And sometimes at the most you might get maybe a lactation consultant visit within the hospital if you're lucky. Other times you're kind of left to figure it out on your own and just weasel your way through it the best you can. So just to make sure I have as much of a knowledge base possible going into that. But enough yapping for now. We've talked so much. Yeah, one sec. So I'm currently running out on a work break. As I told you, that person canceled, so I now have about an hour and a half to do some errands. So I'm running to CVS to get some things for Sam. So we're currently talking online at CVS, but I'm running over to Hobby Lobby because we need those remaining strands of lights for our tree. Then I'm running over to Aldi to go do a pickup, or really just grocery shop, for all the things that we've been missing. So a lot of things right now. I'm just trying to up my protein intake as a whole. So we'll do a little bit of the car chat that I was hoping to have the other night in terms of pregnancy and whatnot, but our baby is slightly on the smaller side, not anything to be concerned, but I already, of course, am trying to maintain over 100+ grams of protein per day, bare minimum. I think I'm going to now bump that up to over 130 grams of protein or more per day. That was also the recommendation of my midwife, was to go higher in terms of protein, but also she said just to eat more in general, and told me to just have myself a bunch of pies over Thanksgiving. Not that I think that was probably the best of advice, quite frankly, but I am just trying to up my overall intake as a whole right now. So that's my goal. So I'm going to pick up some more to make sure I'm getting over 40+ grams of protein at breakfast. I aim for around 40 grams of protein for every meal. Then I usually have at least 2 or 3 snacks throughout the course of a given day. So there's at least another, we'll say 15 grams of protein minimum right then and there. But that's my current priority. Baby is just in the 15th percentile, so it's not a concern until I hit the 10th percent. I myself was a smaller baby. I know that females in my family have somewhat had smaller babies on my mom's side, whereas Sam's mom, of course, he was a roughly 10-pound baby. So I don't exactly want that per se either. I think both have its pros and cons, but just to make sure this baby is as healthy and as provided for as we possibly can. So that's my current goal. And then within that too, because I think I mentioned we didn't really celebrate Christmas the same way we normally would have in previous years. So not that I'm trying to make up for lost time, but there's just so many things that I felt as though I wanted to do the prior year that I just didn't get a chance to, or also just never filmed for you guys. Such as like last year, we did our very first year doing cookie boxes for all of our friends and family as gifts. So my plan is to do that once again this year. We also have our 28-week checkup and ultrasound check as well for a growth scan the Tuesday before Christmas. So I'm going to go to that appointment. I want to bring them a bunch of cookies. They said that's perfectly okay. There's no food allergies and they would absolutely love it. And it's the holidays, so might as well. So that's my plan. So here soon, I need to finish making the menu for the holiday tea party that I'm throwing for all the women in my family. Somewhat as a gift, more specifically towards my grandmother, since I know she absolutely adores things like that. And she also has always said she wants a reason to use her fine china. So now is the point in time for that. And then two, I need to work on what cookies I'm going to do this year for the cookie box so that I can start maybe prepping some of the dough so it's ready to go in the freezer so I can just let it thaw out and cook it from there when the time comes here in about 3 weeks to start baking. So that is the update for now. Looks like this person's moving, so let me go ahead and end you off here and we'll talk more in a little bit. Alright, so we secured the goods, so we have more lights. However, it's been almost 5 years, I think, since I purchased these the first time around for our own Christmas. And I was looking for warm lights. They had no warm lights, it just has clear. So I plugged them in, and they are somewhat warmish in tone. I'm just hoping that they match the same color tone on our tree already, but we shall see when we get home later tonight and play around with this. Alright guys, we're back home now, some moment of truth. So here's clear lights that we have on the tree currently. This is the box of lights we just bought from Hobby Lobby that should match these same Hobby Lobby lights, but let's plug them in and see. Alright, I think we are in luck. I know this is a very bright bundle, so I'm going to show these together next to each other. So can we see these? And then look at those. I think we are in luck. So that means I can finally do the top of our tree tonight. Apparently I need to go let little man out. Alright guys, so we are on the way to go do florals with Jenna. I ate a very quick lunch, got all my stuff, hopped in the car, and I have to be there in about 10 more minutes, give or take. So very much excited. We are still enjoying the snowy weather as you see outside. And I think this is kind of a Christmassy wedding from what I've been told, so I think the florals might be very fun and festive. But we shall see. I'm only going to be here for 2 hours today, because today is just more so the preparation day and processing day, whereas Friday is going to be our assembly day, so that's going to be probably at least 6 or so hours. So I'm only doing a half day, give or take, I would say, of work then. But just want to catch you guys up, and we keep enjoying this very beautiful snowy drive, and we can either maybe catch up while we're doing florals, or I'll catch up with you later. 2 hours flew on by, but I wanted to show you guys all the florals that we have processed. One thing not done is the roses, or not fully done. So we have roses here, some more spray roses down here, some hydrangeas, a bunch more roses and hydrangeas, and a bunch of just greenery, but that's pretty much it. It is gorgeous in here. So we skipped yesterday. Sorry. It is now Friday morning. It's actually almost 9 in the morning. I just got done with my first client of the day. I am trying to sip on a little bit of coffee. Being honest, I probably won't finish it until probably nearly 10, 11, right as I'm heading out the door to go help Jenna with flowers. So Wednesday was our processing day. That only ended up being about 2 or so hours because one, her little one's just not feeling too good, and two, it's never that long to begin with. So we just packed as much as we possibly could in those 2 hours before I had to go back home to do my rest of my clients for the day. But today is our long day, so that was processing. Now we are building, as in we are getting to build all of our bouquets, whether that be for the bridesmaids, the bride, making all the table arrangements, and then I think we're supposed to be doing an installation for the arbor. So I guess we will see. Obviously, I don't know for sure. I'm just the helper trying to learn as much as I possibly can. More so from the front that yes, eventually I do want to have, of course, the floral business of my own when it comes down to us having a flower farm in addition to some other ventures. But I really do enjoy the work. I think that's something that Sam and I have been talking about so much, is that I love my client work. I genuinely love it. But with this impending due date approaching, my brain just automatically goes to thinking, what are ways that you would enjoy trying to make money that is not one-to-one when it comes down to a person at a scheduled time? That is my one hiccup when it comes down to client counseling. That's part of the reason why I think part of me really does want to maybe find some way to kind of do a course or a little bit of a group counseling method. Also, quite frankly too, because I find that everyone does so much better when they have that group accountability and it's not just them on their own. So if they can have friends they make in a community or doing the same thing that they're doing, if it's not even a spouse or their family, then they have that backup. But another tangent, I'm really good at those here lately. But really floristry work is something that I could see myself doing and really enjoying. And especially if maybe me and her can work in tandem to maybe build upon the business that she already has. Obviously, it's very presumptive of me. I don't think that's probably going to be the case. But I'm just grateful that she's let me learn from her. I love her as a friend. I love getting to talk with her, honestly. We talked about so many things pregnancy related because me and her both do. I think technically within about a week and a half or 2 weeks from each other. Her due date's a little bit less known than mine. But mine was also supposed to be a week further than it currently is, and hers got pushed back. So we might actually be in reality less than a week apart. But right now, I think based on our currently re-estimated due dates for both her and I, it's about like 2 weeks or so. So we're just talking about all the things. This is her second baby. This is my first. So big differences there. So she has a lot that she can teach me. She also birthed the same birth center that I am going to go to birth at, hopefully, of all things, God willing, go to plan. But honestly, thoroughly love it. I'm looking forward to this. Part of me, again, loves my clients, but I'm very much happy to have a break. I condensed all of them in as much as I possibly could between earlier morning sessions and later morning sessions so that this could work out. I am so sorry, I'm talking your ear off. I only have 5 minutes, so I should probably wrap this up. I'm going to take you guys along as we go about our day, and I will hopefully get you some more clips if everything kind of finished, or maybe some work that we're doing as I'm able to, and really take you guys along for the weekend. I thought this might be a 2-week long vlog, but honestly, me being chatty and to actually have a lot of fun things going on this weekend as well, I think that we are good to go as we currently stand. So I will see you guys here in about an hour and a half. We can catch up then. Alright, so it's just me for a little bit, and we are actually working on the boutonnieres. So we're gonna do, it looks like all the groomsmen with a little spray roses and a little bit of some ruscus probably paired with it. Obviously more than this because that's pretty pathetic on its own. Might look to pull in a little bit of like baby's breath to pair nicely with that too. Maybe just the groom gets baby's breath, but as you see we got all the flowers to work with, so we'll start there. All right, so we have mother of the bride, mom of the bride, bridesmaids, a bunch of the table centerpieces, and then we have some even prettier centerpieces out here. Not gonna lie, these are ones Jenna's mostly been doing, but they are gorgeous. To go, but I wanted to show you guys what the start of the bride's bouquet is looking like. It still also needs more greenery and a little bit more in terms of extra filler. Alright guys, so never updated you, mostly because honestly it was the weekend, it was family time, and it was not entirely what I expected everything to kind of work out to be. So we are in fact carrying this vlog into 2 weeks in my life, so welcome to 23 weeks pregnant. Just was filming a update video, so I figured I'd maybe update you guys as well in terms of where Belly is. So these are the same jeans, same top I've been wearing since I think 12 weeks pregnant or so. I didn't do anything before that because really there was nothing. There was no signs of pregnancy whatsoever aside from maybe the chest growing. But that kind of back on up here without knocking myself out over my dog. Then you can kind of see where we're working with. So these pants, I mean I can button them. It would be highly uncomfortable and I probably would break the button off. So obviously I don't fit the pants that I used to fit, but I'm not really obviously round, I would say. Like, I feel like looking at this right now, that there is some rounding to be said, but more so I just feel thicker. Like this baby must just be hiding within the internal organs, because otherwise I'm like, I don't know where you are, quite frankly. But that is the Belly update. Hopefully it's not weird for you guys, but it is just such a normal part of being a woman in a woman's life. And you're only pregnant once. You're only pregnant with each baby once. So I want to enjoy and document this whole process along the way. And for me, that does come with Belly updates, even if it was only just for myself, but honestly, why not share it with you guys too? So when it comes down to this week, again, as I said last week, I think we have some fun things being planned. Mostly in terms of this weekend. So this will be a whole separate video, but there might be some of this teased in here too. But I am hosting a Christmas tea party for all the ladies in my family, which is going to happen on Sunday. So from Thursday all the way through Sunday morning, I have a whole bunch of prep for that. In addition, we're also trying to just have time spent with friends and such. So I'll take you guys the best I possibly can along this next week or so. And maybe we can get a nice little chatty 30-40 minute vlog out of this. But I'm gonna go eat lunch because I have a client here in about 40 minutes or so since I'm on my lunch break. So I'll catch you guys later.
You parked down by us. Can I get It's see this far away. This police tractor I think they have here is really good.
It is very pretty.
That was one of the restaurants I thought about taking us to.
What is it, the Tabit Tavern?
Yeah.
So we do gotta fix this. We put it in upside down on accident, but got our little mini crib. I'm very judgy.
My mom thought it was too thin.
Too thin.
Yeah, not enough comfort.
Well, it's not supposed to be very squishy.
Look at that thing. What is it, Atlas? What is it? Huh?
Probably really just cannot imagine little babies being in this.
What's this? What is it? Huh?
He's gonna turn purple.
Huh? Is this for your baby brother or sister? Huh?